Welcome back. The previous video took you through the NAP cycle guidelines developed by the LDC expert group. Now, we will zoom into the specific guidelines for integrating agriculture, forestry and fisheries in adaptation planning. Here we find two maps that countries can use to navigate this process of integration. The first is the Supplementary Guidelines developed by the Food and Agriculture Organization on addressing agriculture, forestry and fisheries in National Adaptation Plans. This is also known as the NAPAg Guidelines. The second is the NAPAg Program, in which UNDP and FAO jointly support 11 partner countries to integrate climate change adaptation measures for the agriculture sectors. The program also supports countries in accessing climate finance through multilateral and bilateral financing sources. Now, the NAPAg guidelines aim to support countries to reduce vulnerability of the agriculture sectors, address agriculture in the formulation and implementation of NAPs, and bring adaptation into agriculture development policies. The NAPAg guidelines follow the same four elements that structure the UNFCCC NAP technical guidelines. Within each element, it highlights the various steps related to the agricultural sectors. You have come a long way this week with us, so hold on a few more minutes. You don't want to miss what we have for you. Now you're going to learn about the NAPAg program directly from the source, the NAPAg leads. We have once again with us Rohini Kohli from UNDP, and also joining is Julia Wolf from FAO.
The UNDP and FAO has joined up in a partnership on this program, which is called Integrating Agriculture into National Adaptation Plans. It's a unique program because it concentrates on developing partnerships and collaboration between the Ministries of Agriculture and Ministries of Environment to work together to try and come up with a medium-term response to adaptation and to integrate climate risk into their planning and budgeting processes.
So we put together a program that supports directly 11 countries in Latin America, Africa and Asia. The program supports 4 areas of work. One is capacity building. One is supporting countries on design and implementation of the national adaptation plans, like the roadmaps. The third area is building evidence around adaptation options. And the fourth area is knowledge exchange, in particular with the focus of South-South peer exchange of countries that work on similar issues.
Thank you, Julia and Rohini. So, that was really informative and insightful. I hope that this gave you a closer view of what integrating agriculture in national adaptation planning entails. Let's give you a concrete example of how a country is integrating agriculture into its national adaptation planning. Let's look at the experience of Uruguay. Adaptation to climate change is a strategic priority for Uruguay. It has a program of general measures for mitigation and adaptation since 2004 and a comprehensive national climate change policy as of 2017. Adaptation of agriculture is particularly important here as food production is a core activity of the domestic economy. In 2015, Uruguay launched the process for integrating agriculture sectors in its NAP. It aimed to structure, define and coordinate existing and new adaptation efforts. It now aims to finalize a consolidated agriculture NAP by the end of 2018. A key component of the agriculture NAP process has been stakeholder consultation. This has been carried out through adaptation dialogues. In essence, the dialogues are a series of participatory discussions for producers, companies, civil society and academia and government representatives to meet and build a common vision for the agriculture NAP. Through this process, Uruguay is now addressing the diverse challenges that different agricultural systems face, and it is integrating the knowledge of different groups into the planning process. We also have an example from Zambia, which you can check out in the lecture notes for this week. To sum up, what have we learned this week? The LDC Expert Group Technical Guidelines on NAP are a comprehensive but non-prescriptive set of guidelines. They assist countries in formulating their national adaptation plans. The steps countries may undertake as part of their NAPs include laying the groundwork, preparing for the implementation, then actually implementing, and finally reporting, monitoring, and review. Each country's climate change adaptation concerns are different, and countries should pick the steps specific to their national process. NAPs should be aligned with overall national and developmental goals and SDGs. The adaptation of agriculture is important as it focuses attention on one of the most sensitive sectors. The NAPAg Program supports countries to integrate climate change for agriculture into NAP, especially through long-term capacity building and knowledge sharing. We hope that these first 2 weeks have given you a good base to understand national adaptation planning and how the concerns of the agriculture sector can be addressed. We have so much more waiting for you in the coming weeks. Don't forget to look at the lecture notes and test yourself with the practice exercises. See you next week.